Hey guys! Welcome to one of the most sus and exciting episodes of my crypto gaming journey, and today we're trying to sniff out some imposters. Knives and Lies was the first community beta test that went live, and holders of the Impostors Genesis Aliens collection had 3 hours to try out SuperFarm's and EllioTrades game. Impostors is a social deduction game where players get assigned random roles, each with its own win condition. First and foremost, we have the imposter, whose goal is to eliminate all the other roles, either by directly killing them or by voting them off. Secondly, the largest majority of players usually fill the innocent's role, who win the game either by voting off the imposters or by finishing all the tasks before they get killed. I will dive a bit more into these tasks as they are an important part of the game loop that engages players even if they got eliminated in the first round. Tasks are mini-games scattered all across the map which need to be completed by all the innocents as well as the sheriff as quickly as possible. This is a collective goal, meaning that it must be completed even by the ghosts of the killed innocents. As a result, players who get eliminated in early rounds don't feel left out so much as they can contribute to winning the game. Through this implementation, imposters are also forced to act as they work against the clock. Tasks are well implemented in the theme of the map, innocents encountering activities specific to each region. These range from working out at the gym to watering the plants in the hallway or frying some potatoes in the kitchen. Apparently aliens are not that tidy either, as you have a lot of cleaning up to do. Mop the floor, swipe graffiti, throw litter into the trash can. I really enjoyed all of these mini games with their large variety of themes, and I can't wait to see what others will be introduced in future maps. The sheriff is another special role that has to work with the innocents and has the ability to kill a suspect each round. However, if that target turns out to be an innocent, the sheriff dies himself. This prevents the sheriff from suspecting everyone, and it can also create additional chaos as the other players won't know why the target died. It could either be an imposter that got sniffed out, or it could be the sheriff himself who got eliminated by suspecting an innocent. Both of these scenarios happened to me, and in the first example I managed to find a very sus imposter from the first round. However, killing him turned me into a suspect for the rest of the game, as the other players didn't believe I was the sheriff. The Jester role wins the game in a single way, and that is by getting voted off. Players with this role usually follow others around trying to make them believe they are the imposter, thus getting voted off. Imagine the mind games this creates, as you have an additional reason to think twice before voting for someone. The Leprechaun is the last role we could try out during this beta testing, and its ability allows him to switch roles with another target. However, this in turn is possible, creating a merry-go-round where roles get scrambled. The funniest part is when a Leprechaun switches roles by accident with an imposter, thus becoming himself the target to be eliminated. Each custom game can assign its own number of players for each role, so neither side feels disadvantaged. The game is structured in rounds that go on until one role wins. Each round ends in one of two ways. Either someone reports a dead body or an emergency meeting is called. However, there's a catch because anyone can report a body, including imposters. Emergency meetings are usually required when someone has a clear suspicion and wants to call the other participants for a vote. There is a max limit of 3 emergency meetings, and the player must go to the main lobby and use the intercom. During a meeting, there is a discussion phase followed by a voting phase, which doesn't necessarily conclude with the player getting voted off, as one can skip his vote. The game is designed with voice chat enabled during the discussion phase, but killed players are muted so they don't spoil the game. During our testing, however, we used Discord's voice chat and all players followed the rules because push to speak was not yet enabled in game. Moreover, I have to mention that voting worked a bit weird, and we couldn't figure out if either votes were not displayed properly, or if when players didn't actively skip their vote, the other votes weighed more. I'm referring to the awkward circumstances where players got eliminated with a single vote in the very first meeting. To make things even more complicated for the innocents, imposters also have the ability to sabotage electrical generators and even lock doors on the map that can be opened by solving a minigame. Both of these actions can be performed from afar, and they help create distractions as innocents have to fix the generators. To further boost immersion, while generators are disabled, the innocents' view distance is reduced, which makes it even more possible for imposters to pick them out one by one. One thing I would like to point out is that corpses should be made more visible, as oftentimes people ran past them without even noticing. Important to note that all the special abilities have a cooldown in order to prevent imposters from going on a killing spree or setting up traps all over the map at the same time. During this beta testing we had 2 maps to choose from, Super Mall and Mini Mall. both designed with an astounding attention to details. Future patches will introduce more maps and roles as well as a custom map design tool. From a technical standpoint, servers were remarkably stable and lag was almost non-existent for all regions. The game feels well built, animations and sound effects are on point, and the cartoonish graphics amplify the feeling of casual arcade that could appeal to all ages. On that note, I love the retro Easter eggs scattered all along the way, and I wondered if younger generations knew how to deal with a floppy disk. Even though the goal was simple, the game became more addictive the better we got to know each other, and we ended up with a core setup of 10 people in the same lobby that played the entire 3 hours. Playing as Impostor was arguably the most fun, but I have to say that being the victim was also cool, as you got to see some amazing animations worthy of a Mortal Kombat title. The game basically abounds with attention to details in all aspects, so I can't wait to see how UFOs, pets and consumables are going to be implemented further on. As far as aesthetics are concerned, we only got a handful of accessories to try on, but the next beta testing should allow us to use our own Impostor NFTs. I have a feeling that each trait will be removable and substituted with another one, basically combining NFTs. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did playing the game, and if that was the case, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching!